All right, well, let's take a look at another comments corner. This is where I comment on some of your comments, and this is just from a video I just posted up just 2 days ago. I've been having some issues with Firefox web browser, and this particular video was called What's Up with Firefox web browser." Um, this has been a mixed bag for me in terms of some of you have had issues, some of you have not, some of you like it, some don't. A lot of you either prefer or like Chromium, so do I. But let's get, there are 68 comments. I don't think I'll have time to read them all. But let's take a look at some of these and I'll let you know what I think. Toss, I haven't noticed the problem. It's just Chromium is faster. I would have to agree. I've moved to Chromium after a news article on a dangerous virus that can download just about anything from Firefox. Really? I don't recall that. Let's see, but I think it's for older versions, though they didn't say which. I thought, well, if someone is hacking, who's to say they won't hack further? Yeah, I did not catch that article on a dangerous virus specific to Firefox. I suppose, you know, if any web browser, if you're not careful, you can probably get hacked and get a virus. Although, given Linux stellar security history, it's probably more likely in Windows than in Linux, if I had to take a guess. Alright, I noticed last month or so that Firefox was acting up on my Windows machine, but it still performs very well for me. I used Chrome a few years ago, and while I did like how fast it was, there was something about it I didn't like for some reason. On my tablet, I've noticed Firefox is getting slower, so I might switch back to Chrome on it. As far as speed, I've done as far as resource usage, I've done RAM tests on both Firefox and Chromium. Firefox definitely uses more than Chromium in Linux. I don't recall testing it in Windows, Firefox versus Chrome. If I had to guess, I would say Chrome is still less resource hungry than with Firefox. Okay, Firefox 23 on Arch Linux. I do not use Arch Linux simply because it's not for newbies. But Arch Linux is definitely fast. Okay, one problem, slight memory leak. After days of leaving FF open, it will be using around a gigabyte of memory. Really? Wow. Which would lag my dual-core 4 gigabyte system. And the only remedy is restarting. However, it is much better now that it was about 6 months, 1 year ago, and it was truly buggy and slow. Lots of optimization has been going over at Mozilla recently to solve those issues. The issues I've been having, it frees up YouTube videos, it crashes. I'm not sure if it's the Flash or that in combination with the latest version of Firefox, although this has been going on really for the last 6 months. Anyway, let's see. Agreed in Windows, try Maxton browser. I believe, Russ, I have tried Maxton browser before. It seems to be pretty zippy. Alright, I prefer Chrome due to the Flash support issues in Firefox. Well, there you go. But I keep Firefox as a backup browser. To be fair, though, installing Java support in Chrome is a headache. I've never used Opera, so I can't comment. I have used Opera. In fact, I have Opera both. Well, all three. Opera, Firefox, and Chromium and Ubuntu 12.04. Opera seems fast also. The slowest one seems to be Firefox out of the three. Okay, somebody else mentioned Chrome. Yeah, I believe it's the open source Chromium for Linux and Chrome for Windows, I believe. Okay. Yes, it feels like slow and not working like it should. Been using Chrome as sub. Yeah, it feels a little bit slow to me. Used to use Opera before the engine switched. Now I use Firefox. Cool. Let's see here. Evening total, I've got a version 23 running on Mint and Windows 7 and is running like a dream. No crashes. Cool. Nice and quick. Okay, only problem I had with Google Plus, could not get on due to report browser not supported. But that was only on Google's page, as the rest of the sites I use ran perfectly. Thanks. Well, thank you, Scott. I just had a thought. It may be that the issues with Firefox may be distro-specific problem, meaning I just remembered yesterday or day before, I can't remember. In my older 8 HP laptop, I have the latest Linux Mint, what is it, 15, 16, XFCE, and yes, Firefox does seem to be okay on that combination of laptop machine and distribution. So it's possible that the issues with Firefox may be distro specific. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating. Let me know what you guys think. You like Safari. Is Safari available for Ubuntu? Before I was a FF fan, but maybe 3 years ago I changed to Chrome, more fast, maybe same waste of RAM, but finally more fast. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would have to say even with Windows 7 that Chrome is a little bit faster than than Firefox in Windows 7. Okay, Firefox Windows Edition had a terribly bad memory leak issue a couple of years ago, and they chased it for months. Not sure that they ever really nailed it. Perhaps the code that was used on the Windows version has finally made it to Linux. I don't know. Personally, I have the Firefox, but I use Chromium, a fairly old Mint that I must upgrade, reinstall soon. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Maybe you guys can chime in on that. Let's see. Let's do a few more here. Thank you for all the comments, by the way. If I was to read every single one, I would be doing this probably for an hour. So if I don't read all of them, I apologize for that. All right, let's see. I agree, man. I love FF, but last week it froze on YouTube on each day. Really? On day one it froze twice, so I switched over to Chrome and haven't encountered a problem so far, despite putting it through the paces 8 hours a day on YouTube since last Sunday. Okay, just a quick question here. You mean Chrome for Windows or Chromium for Linux? This might help out me and some other users. I'm assuming since you put Chrome and not Chromium, although sometimes I will confuse the two, Chrome for the Windows version of the Google web browser. Okay. Google Chrome, both Windows and Linux, Firefox is very buggy. I have not noticed that with Chrome in Windows or Chromium in Linux. No, I can't say that I've had that issue. Alright, Firefox is and has been my #1 browser for many years now. Opera used to be faster, but now it seems a bit sluggish. No, it's just the opposite for me. And of course, I just replied. I found Opera faster in Ubuntu 12.04. All right, let's see here. FF23 on Mint 15, no problems at all. I haven't tried any other browsers, but why should I? Well, then you should not. If everything works, it does what I need to do. Stable, fast, end of story. I agree, man. If it works for you, end of the story. Thanks for sharing. All right, Chrome freezes for me, and a lot of times just doesn't load pages. Still no problems with Firefox or Opera. Those of you who are not having issues with Firefox in Linux, can you maybe drop me a comment? Which version of Ubuntu or Linux are you running? Okay. Quidzab, what's up? Let's see. Some time ago, Mozilla did a report on the top 10 add-ons that slowed Firefox down. At the time I had 2 of the 10. Once I removed them, FF sped up a good one. My preference is Firefox on desktop and Chrome on Android. I'll have to check into that. The top 10 add-ons that slowed Firefox down. Interesting. I will have to take a look at that. All right, Firefox for the win. All right. No problems here with Firefox 23 on a variety of Linux systems. Okay. Let's see. I am currently on Mint version 14, I think, but I cannot recall whether that happened on my current OS or not. Previous OS was think. Oh, my brain hurts. Okay. It's already gone beer o'clock. Possibly another earlier Mint. Cheers. Yes, cheers to you. Yeah, like I said, I did notice in Linux Mint, I believe the latest version is 15. There is no 16, at least not yet. It seems to run okay in XFC. Maybe this just might be something with Ubuntu 12.04 that it doesn't quite run right. I read Chromium was going to replace the Fox in Ubuntu 13.10. I actually saw just the opposite. Correct me if I'm wrong. I love Firefox. I am on 23 and have no problems. I love tabs, Mix Plus, and I don't think Chrome has anything comparable. I think they have tabs, don't they? I do use Chrome for a few things, like signing into a Gmail account or something without signing out of YouTube and Firefox. Okay. Let's see. Firefox can also sync with the browser on Android, but I don't use that feature. I use, speaking of syncing, I use, what do I use? AirDroid to sync my folders and stuff. It does not work with Firefox, but it does work with Chromium, so that's another reason for me that I use Chromium a little bit more. In fact, I'm using Chromium now. Let's see. Firefox is a little slower at times. I used to swear by it. The only thing that can play Netflix on Linux Mint 15. Okay, I believe they focusing on Firefox operation system too much. Chromium is fast. Yeah, I'll just say Chromium feels faster to me. All right, let's do a few more here. Let's see. Opera now uses Chromium. I'm not sure I follow that. Honestly, Chrome is the way to go. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. I had the same problem with Firefox on Windows, so I installed it. Okay, as far as browsers go, you can't go with Chrome, Opera, and Iron. I had to look it up. I believe Iron is based on Chrome, so I'm not sure if that's any better than the actual Chrome web browser or not. Okay, last one. It doesn't matter which browser you use, they can still track you. I suppose if they really want to track you, they definitely are. And you know what? What can you do? And you know what? If they're tracking this comments corner, all I can say is, "What's up, government?" Okay. Oh, let's see. I think I'll leave it at that. It's after 10 p.m. here. I'm starting to get tired. But thank you for watching and listening to these. I'll keep doing these as long as you like them. Like listening to these comments corner, my comments based on some, if not most, of your comments. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll just spend an hour and reply to every single comment. I don't know if you guys would like that, but that would be a bit much. Maybe half. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening. Like this type of video if you do like it, and subscribe if you haven't. And as always, I will catch all of you sometime in the future.